It's a cloudy Saturday morning up here in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains. We've got an action-packed day of softball ahead of us at Haynes and Carolyn Hill Stadium at Lynn Cottrell Park, and we've got a terrific matchup to get us started on day 2 of the North Georgia Leadoff Classic. It's a rematch of the 2022 NCAA Division II Southeast Regional between the number 1 ranked team in the nation, North Georgia Nighthawks, and the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears on the Nighthawk Sports Network. We are so glad to have you all with us today alongside the rest of the NSN team, Robert D. Clementi on hand this morning. Yesterday, the Nighthawks kicked off the North Georgia Leadoff Classic with a dominant 8-0 win over UNC Pembroke in just 5 innings. It was a typical day in the circle for Kristen Davis as she secured her second shutout of the season, giving up just 1 hit while striking out 6 Braves yesterday. Gracie Mixon led a well-rounded day offensively for North Georgia, going 2 for 3 at the plate, sending North Georgia to 8-1 on the season as Lester fouls this ball here. And the Nighthawks, they got a quick turnaround this morning facing off against Lenoir-Rhyne, who come to Dahlonega with a 6-2 record to open up the season, having won 3 straight games. The Bears just wrapped up their time at the Red, White, and Blue Classic down at Columbus State, coming off 2 close 1-run wins, highlighted by a walk-off victory against Tuskegee with a base hit to right from Cassidy Wall. So we should be in for a great first matchup to get this day started between 2 top-tier programs in Division II softball. As Jolie Lester is leading things off for North Georgia this afternoon. Finds herself in a 2-2 count right now. And the 2-2 pitch. Takes one upstairs, and the count runs full for Jolie Lester. And the payoff pitch. This one's going to be tipped and fouled, so Lester's going to get another crack at it here. Let's take a look at the rest of the batting order for Coach Davenport and the Nighthawks. Following Lester, it's going to be Mallory Parker, then Sophie Mooney, Georgia Blair, Sydney Blair, Gracie Mixon, Katie Ward, Madison Simmons, and Hannah Chisholm's going to round out the batting order this afternoon in Game 2 of the Leadoff Classic as Lester is struck out by Gerland. So here comes Mallory Parker up to bat. Parker yesterday went 1 for 3 at the plate. Was struck out once, and she had 1 run when she was on base as well. As we mentioned yesterday, Parker missed a good portion of last season, was out due to an injury, but she's back and better than ever this season into the starting lineup for Coach Davenport. I'm sure he's very happy to have her back into the starting lineup along with the rest of her team as she sees ball 1 from Gerland. Takes ball 2. Again, glad to have you with us this weekend on a chilly Saturday morning up here in Dahlonega. A little bit cooler outside than it was for yesterday's matchup. About 39 degrees outside and cloudy. Counts now 2-1 for Mallory Parker. And the 2-1 pitch to Parker. Inside for strike 2. And the 2-2 pitch outside, another full count here for the Nighthawks. Camden Gerland, a 5'8" sophomore out of Huntersville, North Carolina, gets the start in the circle for the Bears. Full count pitch and another strikeout. So back-to-back strikeouts on the top 2 batters in the Nighthawks batting order this afternoon. We'll see if Sophie Mooney can change that. Sophie Mooney's looking for her first hit here in this North Georgia Leadoff Classic. Was 0 for 2 at the plate yesterday, was walked once as well. As Mooney takes a strike from Gerland. Gerland this season has posted a .400 batting average this season. So she's one of those players that can do it all for Lenoir-Rhyne, whether she's up to bat or she's pitching. One pitch. This one's going to be fouled. Count moves to 1-2 for Sophie Mooney. And to begin the season, Mooney has had her name all over the PBC website, ranking in the top 10 in a number of categories, including 9th in batting average, 3rd in on-base percentage, 9th in runs scored, 5th in doubles, and 1st in stolen bases. 1-2 pitch. Upstairs. And the Deuces are running wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the top of the first. Nighthawks are the visiting team today, even though they're playing at home at Lynn Cottrell Park. And Haynes and Carolyn Hill throw to first, is going to get there on time, which is going to take us to the bottom of the first, where the Bears are going to get things going when we come back. You're watching North Georgia Softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Back with you here at Haynes and Carolyn Hill Stadium, where Lenoir-Rhyne is going to get things going here in the bottom of the first. Mardigan's going to lead things off here for Lenoir-Rhyne. She's having to face off against Tybee Denton in the circle for North Georgia. Denton this season has posted a 1.79 ERA, 3-0 on the year. And in her 3 appearances, she's pitched just over 15 innings, allowing 9 hits, 6 runs. 4 of those runs have been earned, and she's struck out 19 batters this season as well. Leads North Georgia and their bullpen in strikeouts. This one's going to be popped up to left. Lester is there, but she cannot make the grab in foul territory, so the count's going to move to 1-1. Denton this season has also held opposing batters to a 153 batting average, just behind Kristen Davis on the team in that stat. And the 1-1 pitch to Mardigan is going to be tipped and fouled, moving to 1-2. Julia Mardigan this season has posted a 300 batting average. In her 30 at-bats, she has 9 hits this season, along with 2 home runs and 6 RBIs. 1-2 pitch. This one's going to be high and away for ball 2. And the duo of Kristen Davis and Tybee Denton, one of the most experienced you'll find in the NCAA, along with the rest of North Georgia's bullpen as well. 2-2 pitch. This one's going to be hit into left, as this one just gets past Chisholm. And she's rounded the bases for 2. So a double here to get things going for Mardigan in the bottom of the first. She's able to get to second. Up comes Madison Wilson up to bat for Lenoir-Rhyne. Wilson this season has posted a .333 batting average. She's got 1 hit this year. This is just her 4th appearance up to bat this season. Takes a ball from Denton. But the duo of Davis and Denton lead the PBC in opposing batting average while ranking in the top 10 in ERA, hits allowed, runs allowed, and earned runs allowed. As this one's going to be fouled. And Davis and Denton have a combined 37 strikeouts between them. And with the 134 at-bats they face, they've struck out batters almost 28% of the time. And the 1-1 pitch to Wilson. Counts moving to 1-2. Wilson serving as the designated hitter for Lenoir-Rhyne this morning. Got an early start to day 2 of the North Georgia Leadoff Classic. Well, we got a busy day ahead of us here at Haynes and Carolyn Hill as this one gets back to Denton. Easy throw to first. That's going to advance Mardigan to third. Puts a runner in scoring position for Lenoir-Rhyne.
Number 9, Cassidy Wall.
With Wall now up to bat. Cassidy Wall this season has a .360 batting average. 9 hits on the year. 8 RBIs. She already has 4 home runs this season. This is a Lenoir-Rhyne team with some strong bats. Lots of players on this team with multiple home runs. Lauren Rakes leads the team with 9 already this season. Counts 2-0 for Wall. And the 2-0 pitch. Outside. So the count's 3-0. Bears threatening to put runners on the corners here. And the 3-0 pitch. Right down the middle from Denton for strike 1. So we got Mardigan on third. 3-1 pitch. This one's hit into left but fouled. So the count runs full for Wall after starting up 3-0. Denton's been able to battle back into this one. And the full count pitch upstairs for ball 4. So that's going to put runners on first and third for the Bears with Rakes up to bat. Rakes, who we just mentioned, leads this team in home runs
Number 10, Lauren Rakes.
this season. She actually has 3 home runs. She has 9 RBIs this season. But still, 3 home runs, nothing to scoff at. That's definitely quite impressive from the amount of games that Lenoir-Rhyne has played, as we are still in the opening part of the regular season. It's Cassidy Wall who leads this team in home runs with 4. But you got the leader in RBIs for this Bears squad up to bat. And the 0-1 pitch. Outside for a ball. Count moves to 1-1. Rakes the season also, posting a .391 batting average. She's got 9 hits as well. 1-1 pitch. This one's going to be tipped and fouled, pushing it to 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch, a swing and a miss as Denton gets her first strikeout of the morning here. This one coming against Rakes. Pushes this thing to 2 outs in the bottom of the first.
Number 24, Laura Beth Wood.
Now she's facing off against Laura Beth Wood. And Laura was just named the SAC Player of the Week, and she leads the Bears with a .550 batting average, ranking 4th in the SAC. So big matchup here for Denton. As we mentioned, runners on the corners for Lenoir-Rhyne. Got 2 outs. This one's going to be outside for ball 2. Laura Beth Wood also has 11 hits this season, 8 RBIs and 2 home runs. And the 2-0 pitch, right down the middle from Denton, strike 1. As Denton gets her signal, 2-1 pitch, upstairs for ball 3. Bears threatening to load the bases here, with Warren on deck. And the 3-1 pitch from Denton. Down the middle, count runs full again for the Bears. Big pitch coming up here for Denton. Full count, 2 outs, 2 runners on for Lenoir-Rhyne. Trying to keep them off the scoreboard early here. And this one's going to get inside for strike 3. Denton's second strikeout of the morning. A big one there. Keeps Lenoir-Rhyne off the board in the first. That's going to take us to the top of the second when we come back. You're watching North Georgia Softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Northeast Georgia Health System is a proud supporter of North Georgia Nighthawk Athletics.
Back with you here at Haynes and Carolyn Hill Stadium. Georgia Blair is going to lead things off here for the Nighthawks in the top of the second. And just before the break in the bottom of the first, Tybee Denton was able to leave runners stranded on first and third for Lenoir-Rhyne, keeping the Bears off the scoreboard here. As Georgia Blair takes ball 1 from Lauren Rakes, who is in the circle for Lenoir-Rhyne. Rakes, a graduate student out of Hamptonville, North Carolina. And she's posted a 4.20 ERA this season. And she's 2-1 on the year. And she's pitched 15 innings for Lenoir-Rhyne, allowing 14 hits, 9 runs. All those runs have been earned with 7 walks and 18 strikeouts this season. Back in 2022, Rakes had a whopping 305 strikeouts. As Blair takes strike 2. Georgia Blair in yesterday's game went 2 for 3 at the plate. Count runs full for Blair. And the payoff pitch from Rakes gets her 3rd strikeout of the morning, this time coming against Georgia Blair. And so far, Rakes has been putting together a pretty terrific game in the circle so far. Let's see if Sydney Blair has something to say about that. Sydney Blair yesterday went 1 for 2 at the plate, had a run when she was on base as well. Bunts here, keeps it in play. Throw to first on time. So 2 quick outs here for the Nighthawks in the top of the second. Is going to bring up Gracie Mixon up to bat.
Third baseman number 15, Gracie Mixon.
Gracie Mixon, a vet on this North Georgia squad. Saw the most success up to bat yesterday. Went 2 for 3 at the plate. She had 1 run when she was on base. Had 4 RBIs yesterday as well. And she had the hit to ultimately put the game against UNC Pembroke to bed in the 5th inning. Put North Georgia up 8-0 to end the game early. And the 1-0 pitch to Mixon. Going to be outside for ball 2. As we mentioned yesterday, this is a very experienced North Georgia squad. A lot of seniors in the starting lineup. Mixon being one of them. As Rakes gets the signal 2-0 pitch. This one's going to be popped up. And it's going to be not caught. It's going to be an error here for Lenoir-Rhyne. What should have been an easy out number 3 is bobbled by Gerlin, and Rakes couldn't make a play on it there. And so Mixon's going to get to second with Katie Ward up to bat for North Georgia. With 2 outs, we know North Georgia thrives on these 2-out rallies. Katie Ward yesterday went 1 for 2 at the plate. Had an RBI as well. Takes a strike there from Rakes. And after yesterday, Katie Ward leads the Nighthawks in batting average this season, batting .526 on the year. She's got 10 hits with 7 RBIs on her 19 plate appearances. Ward, just a sophomore on this North Georgia squad. Expect to see a lot of her this season. 1-1 pitch to Ward. It's going to cut it close for ball 2. North Georgia actually has 2 players this season batting over .500. Sophie Mooney being the other one, batting .520. And Mallory Parker and Georgia Blair very close to a .400 batting average at .391. So we got a 2-2 count, 2 outs in the second. A runner on second for North Georgia. And the 2-2 pitch to Ward. Outside, count runs full. Madison Simmons is on deck for North Georgia. As Rakes gets a signal, payoff pitch. This one's going to be popped up near third and caught for out number 3 as Gerlin makes the play. So we're still scoreless in this one, taking us to the bottom of the second. We'll see if the Bears can get on the board first when we come back. You're watching North Georgia softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Welcome back to Haynes and Carolyn Hill Stadium, where Lenoir-Rhyne is going to lead things off here for Lenoir-Rhyne in the bottom of the second as she fouls this one near the Bears bullpen. Lenoir-Rhyne this season has posted a 200 batting average. She's got 4 hits in her 20 at-bats this season. She has 3 RBIs as well. Takes a ball upstairs from Denton. And as we mentioned earlier, this game is a rematch of the 2022 NCAA Division II Southeast Regional that saw the Nighthawks take down the Bears 10-0 in 6 innings. Mallory Parker, Georgia Blair, Hannah Forehand, and Maddie Perry each had 2 hits en route to a Nighthawks win. And that was actually the last time that these two teams saw each other. So the first meeting in about a year and a half between these two squads. 2-1 pitch. This one cuts it close for ball 3. So these two teams have quite the playoff past between them. As Denton pitches ball 4. It's going to bring Nixon up to bat. Abby Nixon this season has posted a .214 batting average. 3 hits in her 14 plate appearances. She's got 2 RBIs as well. She bunts here, but this one's going out of play. Georgia Blair slides and tries to make a play on it there. So the count's moving to 0-1 for Nixon. And in 2017, North Georgia took down Lenoir-Rhyne 8-3 in the Southeast Regional to keep their season alive. And as we just mentioned, the Nighthawks ended the Bears season in 2022 again in the Southeast Regional. So we have a bunt here. Denton throws to second, gets the out. But a runner's going to stay on first, as Nixon was able to get there. That's going to bring up Kaylin Brown up to bat for the Bears with 1 out in the bottom of the second. Brown, the center fielder, has posted a .214 batting average this season. She's got 3 hits in her 14 at-bats as well. Still looking for those first RBIs of the season. She fouls this one near the Bears dugout. So it's an 0-2 count. And the 0-2 pitch to Brown. Low for ball 1. We've got Caitlin Rackard on deck for Lenoir-Rhyne. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Again, this one's going to be fouled away to keep the count at 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch from Denton. Again, this one's going to be fouled by Brown. This one going in the direction of Bob Stein Stadium, just to the left of us here at Lynn Cottrell Park. And the 1-2 pitch from Denton. This one's in the dirt for ball 2. So we get the double P signs from the home plate ump. 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch from Denton. A swing and a miss. The third strikeout of the morning for Tybee Denton comes against Brown, which is going to bring up Rackard up to bat. Caitlin Rackard, the shortstop for Lenoir-Rhyne. Rackard this season has posted a .250 batting average. She's 4 for 16 at the plate. She's got an RBI under her belt as well. Bears still got Nixon on first. Nighthawks again trying to leave runners stranded on base as Rackard takes ball 2. Denton gets the signal. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Upstairs. And she's going to be out at second as Nixon tried to make a break for it. Nighthawks on top of that, which is going to retire the inning, taking us to the third. Still scoreless early here in this one. We'll see if North Georgia has something to say about that when we return. You're watching North Georgia Softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Greatness. Greatness is defined as striving to succeed. It is giving everything you have to achieve your goals. It's not defined by the numbers of games you lose, the numbers of shots you miss, but it's the risk in failing that will define your greatness. You earn it by showing up early, by pushing yourself every day, by working harder than everyone else. And when you've reached that point of giving up, you don't. Most people are good, others are great. Find your greatness.
Back with you here at the Hill, where Madison Simmons is going to lead things off here for the Nighthawks in the top of the third. And this one is proven to be a great pitching matchup between Rakes and Denton, as Rakes pitches a strike there to Madison Simmons. Both Rakes and Denton already have 3 strikeouts in this one. As Simmons tips this one fouled, going over the Nighthawks dugout, making this an 0-2 count. Simmons yesterday went 1 for 2 at the plate. And almost every single player in the Nighthawks batting order, starting batting order yesterday, had a hit. Simmons one of them. And she takes strike 3 there from Rakes. Inside for her 4th of the afternoon. Which brings up the freshman Hannah Chisholm up to bat. Chisholm, the shortstop, was one of the only Nighthawks yesterday to not have a hit. We'll see if she can change that here in day 2 of the leadoff classic as she swings hard on that pitch from Rakes. But it's going to be strike 1. And the 0-1 pitch. Outside for ball 1. Chisholm this season is still looking for that first hit here as a Nighthawk. And the 1-1 pitch. Inside for strike 2. No runners on for North Georgia. They have their leadoff batter in Jolie Lester on deck. And the 1-2 pitch. This one's going to be popped up and caught by Laura Beth Wood for out number 2. So back up to bat comes Jolie Lester.
Number 6, Jolie Lester.
Lester, another veteran on this North Georgia squad. She went 1 for 3 at the plate yesterday. Was struck out on her first plate appearance this morning as she fouls this one into left. We've got a legendary head coaching matchup between two of the most accomplished coaches in Division II softball. Coach Holler from Lenoir-Rhyne has been with the Bears for 25 seasons. And at the helm of the softball program, she has 932 career wins. She's a 7th-time South Atlantic Conference Coach of the Year and has won 12 regular season championships and 8 SAC tournament titles. She's made 15 trips to the NCAA tournaments with trips to the Southeast Super Regionals in 2010 and 11 as Lester gets things going here for North Georgia. Their first hit of the morning gets this one into center field, which brings Mallory Parker up to bat. And of course, the Bears are going up against one of the most accomplished coaches in NCAA Division II softball in Coach Davenport. And in his 24 seasons, he has over 1,040 career wins with a win percentage at almost 800. He's a 9-time PBC Coach of the Year, has led the Nighthawks to 15 regular season titles, 14 conference tournaments, 8 Southeast Region championships, and 2 NCAA national championships, just to name a few accolades. And last season, he led North Georgia to a 64-7 record, posting the most wins in a season in program history, of course culminating in the program's 2nd national championship up in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And Coach Davenport's already cemented his legacy, and the legend continues as he adds to his Hall of Fame resume here in his 24th season as the head coach of the softball program. So these two head coaches have a combined 49 seasons of experience between the two of them. As Mallory Parker pops this one up into foul territory. That's going into the bullpen, making this a 2-2 count. Got Jolie Lesser over there on first after she snagged her first hit of the afternoon. And the 2-2 pitch to Parker. Lester makes a break for it. The second slides in, and she's going to be tagged out over there at second. So that's going to take us to the bottom of the third, still scoreless here in this one between North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne in day 2 of the North Georgia Leadoff Classic. We've got a great one on hand here this Saturday morning. We'll step aside for a short break. You're watching North Georgia Softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Back with you here at Haynes and Carolyn Hill Stadium with Rackard up to bat for Lenoir-Rhyne. Still scoreless early in this one. So we're now in the bottom of the third as Denton pitches a ball there to Rackard. Swing and a miss is going to make this a 1-1 count. Caitlin Rackard, a junior from Lexington, North Carolina, graduated from Union Grove Christian School. And the 1-1 pitch. This is going to be bunted, stays fair. Mixon throws to first, gets it on time. Classic play there from Gracie Mixon. Able to give us our first out in the bottom of the third with Mardigan back up to bat as Lenoir-Rhyne returns to the top of their batting order. She has the lone hit for Lenoir-Rhyne in this one. And she takes a strike there from Denton. And it's been the leadoff hitters for North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne who have the lone hits for them this morning. Jolie Lester had a hit last time she was up to bat for the Nighthawks. As Mardigan hits this one to Chisholm. Chisholm throws to first, gets it to Mooney on time for out number 2. Nighthawks trying to get a quick 3 up, 3 down here as they try to put something on the board in the bottom of the top of the 4th. The designated hitter Wilson back up to bat. She grounded out last time she saw the plate. Takes a ball there from Tybee Denton. The Bears are coming off back-to-back 38-win seasons. And last year, they made it all the way to the NCAA Division II Southeast Regionals, eventually ending their season against Wingate, who would then go on to face North Georgia in the Super Regionals. And then the Nighthawks were able to take them down at home here at Haynes and Carolyn Hill to advance to the NCAA Division II National Championship in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And the 2-1 pitch to Wilson. Inside, and again, deuces are running wild at the hill. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Nobody on for Lenoir-Rhyne. And the 2-2 pitch, a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 4 for Tybee Denton. Retires the inning and takes us to the top of the 4th, where we've got a close one here at Haynes and Carolyn Hill. We'll see if the Nighthawks can break through first when we come back. You're watching North Georgia Softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Back with you here at Haynes and Carolyn Hill Stadium in the top of the fourth, where Mallory Parker is going to lead things off here for North Georgia. Mallory Parker, the center fielder, was struck out last time she was up to bat. Takes a ball there from Rakes. Lenoir-Rhyne fans not too pleased with that call. One-0 pitch to Parker. Outside for ball two. And the Bears making the 3-hour and 48-minute trip down south to North Georgia from Hickory, North Carolina, as Parker takes ball three. Wouldn't expect to see her swing on this next pitch from Rakes. As we mentioned, this is a fantastic pitching matchup between two of the most experienced pitchers in NCAA Division II, as Parker takes strike one. Rakes, a graduate student. Denton, a senior for North Georgia. Both have 4 strikeouts this game, as Parker gets one down and right. She's able to poke one out there near the 205 marker to give North Georgia their second hit of the afternoon. Here comes Sophie Mooney back up to bat. Mooney looking for her first hit here in the North Georgia Leadoff Classic. Mooney grounded out last time she was up to bat. As this one's going to be fouled off the cleat of Mooney. Makes it an 0-1 count. Mooney's one of those players that can do it all for North Georgia, whether she's up to bat, she's at first base, or she's in the circle for North Georgia. One of those do-it-all players for Coach Davenport. 0-1 pitch to Mooney. Bunts here, keeps it in play. Throw to first, going to get there. So the sac bunt by Sophie Mooney is going to put Mallory Parker on second. And back up to bat comes Georgia Blair. Blair this season has posted a .391 batting average. She's got 9 hits this season with 10 RBIs. And Blair, before yesterday, led the team in RBIs. Then Mixon posted 4 in their win against UNC Pembroke to get to 13 on the season. Georgia Blair, another senior on this North Georgia squad, has been a staple behind the plate and up to bat for North Georgia for years. And she is one of 5 seniors in the starting batting order for North Georgia. As we mentioned, a very experienced lineup for Coach Davenport and the Nighthawks, as Blair tips this one fouled. Just 1 out in the top of the fourth. A runner on second for North Georgia. And the 1-2 pitch to Blair. Upstairs. Pushes the count to 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch to Blair. Swinging a high fly ball into center field. It's going to be caught for out number 2. It's going to leave Parker on second. So Brown makes the grab in center field, pushes this thing to 2 outs in the top of the fourth, with Sydney Blair Back up to bat. Blair, the designated hitter, still looking for her first hit of the afternoon. Also grounded out last time she was up to bat. This one's going to be popped up into left but fouled. Blair this season has posted a .357 batting average with 5 hits and an RBI for the sophomore. Nighthawks trying to make something happen here with 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Parker on second. Blair swings at that one and misses. And it's a quick 0-2 count for Sydney Blair. Nighthawks have Gracie Mixon on deck. And the 0-2 pitch to Blair outside for ball 1. This has been a quiet game offensively from both sides. 1-2 pitch to Blair. She tips this one fouled. Count's going to stay at 1-2. So neither team has really been able to get anything going here at the plate. As Rakes gets the signal, comes the 1-2 pitch. Outside. So we got a 2-2 count for Sydney Blair. 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Mallory Parker on second. Two-two pitch. This one's going to be fouled. So Blair's going to get another crack at it. Sydney Blair was also a staple in the starting lineup for North Georgia last season on their way to another national championship. 2-2 pitch to Blair. Fouls this one again. So Blair battling here with Rakes, trying to keep this inning alive for North Georgia. Get the double P signs from the home plate ump. 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch to Blair. Takes ball 3 outside. And now we got a full count. Big pitch coming up here for Rakes. With Mixon on deck, the leader in RBIs on this North Georgia squad. Payoff pitch to Blair. Tips this one fouled. So she's going to do it all over again. Another payoff pitch. This one stays fair. Throw to first. Gets there on time. As Beth Wood makes the stretch to get the out. And that's going to take us to the bottom of the 4th. Still scoreless in this one between North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne. We'll step aside for a short commercial break. You're watching North Georgia Softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Northeast Georgia Health System is a proud supporter of North Georgia Nighthawk Athletics.
Back with you here at the Hill on a chilly Saturday morning up here in the Gold City. Wall is going to lead things off here for Lenoir-Rhyne in the bottom of the fourth. Still scoreless in this one between North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne. Neither team has been able to get anything going offensively. That's been due in large part to the great pitching from Tybee Denton and Lauren Rakes. Denton with 4 strikeouts this morning. Rakes has 4 strikeouts as well. This pitch is going to be upstairs to Wall. And Wall was walked on her last plate appearance. Takes ball 3. Cassidy Wall, a junior out of Davidson, North Carolina, graduated from Cox Mill High School. And the 3-1 pitch. This one's going to be popped up, and this one's going into the stands here at the Hill. Pushes it to a full count. Bears trying to break through here at the midway point of this game. Full count pitch. Inside, right down the middle for strike 3 for Denton. That's now her 5th strikeout this morning. So Denton's doing some damage here early, and it's not even lunchtime. Here comes Laura Rakes up to bat. We've mentioned multiple times on this broadcast. Rakes, a player similar to Sophie Mooney, one of those players that kind of does it all for Lenoir-Rhyne. She has a .391 batting average this season, second on the team, with 9 hits and 9 RBIs and 3 home runs. 1-1 pitch from Denton. This one's going to be low for ball 2. So we got a pitcher-on-pitcher matchup here between Denton and Rakes. And the 2-1 pitch. Outside for ball 3. Got 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Nobody on for Lenoir-Rhyne. And the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss by Rakes. Count runs full. Denton gets the signal. Here comes the payoff pitch. A swing and a miss as Denton wins this pitcher-on-pitcher matchup for her 6th strikeout of the morning. So up comes Laura Beth Wood. And she was struck out last time she was up to bat. A swing and a miss there. Denton's got a little smirk on her face there after she gets the strike on Laura Beth Wood, who, as we mentioned earlier, was named the SAC Player of the Week, posting a whopping .550 batting average this season, ranking 4th in the SAC. And she swings at this one for strike 2. Denton gets a signal, 0-2 pitch. Outside for ball one. Nighthawk faithful here thought that was going to be strike three. So we got a 1-2 count, 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. And the 1-2 pitch. This one's going to be fouled. So the count's going to stay at 1-2. Got Warren on deck for Lenoir-Rhyne. If Beth Wood's able to get on base. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. This one's going to be outside. So yet again, deuces running wild here at Haynes and Carolyn Hill. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Got the double P signs from the home plate ump. And the 2-2 pitch from Denton. Down the middle for strike 3. Denton is dealing here in this game. Strikeout number 7 is going to take us to the 5th. We'll see if the Nighthawks can break through first when we come back. You're watching North Georgia Softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela burns it. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
I'm here.
You've got a lot of reasons to be here.
I'm here.
That's why we're here at Georgia Heart Institute, where advanced heart attack treatment protocols are saving more hearts than anywhere else in the state. That's why we're here.
I'm here.
So you'll always be there. The future of heart care, we're leading Georgia there. Georgia Heart Institute.
Welcome back to the Hill as we get to the top of the 5th inning here in day 2 of the North Georgia Leadoff Classic. In our leadoff game between North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne, Gracie Mixon's going to lead things off here for the Nighthawks in the top of the 5th. In a scoreless game here between two of the premier programs in Division II softball. And Gracie Mixon was able to reach base last time she was up to bat off an error from Lenoir-Rhyne, as she takes one right down the middle from Rakes. Makes this a 1-1 count. And the 1-1 pitch to Mixon. Again, down the middle from Rakes. Makes it a 1-2 count. Looking for Mixon to break through here in this one, after she went 2 for 3 at the plate yesterday. And the 1-2 pitch, a swing and a miss there as Rakes gets her 5th strikeout of the afternoon in what's been a terrific matchup between Rakes and Denton. And back up to bat comes Katie Ward, North Georgia's leader in batting average this season. Batting .526 as this one's popped up high into center field, and it's going to be caught for a quick out here as Rackard's able to make the play. So 2 quick outs in the top of the 5th. Bears trying to get to the bottom of the 5th quickly here. We'll see if Madison Simmons has something to say about that. Simmons was struck out last time she was up to bat. No runners on right now for North Georgia, as she takes a ball here from Rakes. Again, nobody on for North Georgia. Got Hannah Chisholm on deck as Rakes gets a signal. 1-0 pitch. And this one is going to hit Simmons, which is going to put her on first. That one got a piece of her hand, it looks like. She was shaking her hand as she was walking to first. May have caught some of her wrist there. And it's going to be Grayson Perry up to bat for North Georgia. We saw Grayson Perry pinch hit yesterday for the Nighthawks. And she's doing so today as well. And pinch running at first for North Georgia is the fan favorite Mariah Wicker. So the Nighthawks have the speedster over there on first. And Wicker was injured last weekend. She got injured in that final game of the Captain D's Surf and Turf Classic. So it's great to see her back on the field for North Georgia. And so Grayson Perry is up to bat for North Georgia. Perry this season has posted a .250 batting average. She has 2 hits, 3 runs while she's been on base. She's got an RBI as well. Could get another one here because Mariah is a threat to score from wherever. She was one of the leaders in the Peach Belt Conference in stolen bases last season. As she takes ball 1, pushing this thing to a 1-1 count. Perry wasn't able to get a hit yesterday against UNC Pembroke. Try to change that this afternoon. 1-1 pitch to Perry. And this one's going off the glove of the catcher as Wicker slides into second. She's going to take all of that after Warren was unable to corral that one in. Making things a bit easier here for Grayson Perry. She's able to get something down in right field. It's almost guaranteed to score Mariah Wicker. And the 2-1 pitch to Perry. This one's going to be fouled, which puts this thing at a 2-2 count. And the 2-2 pitch to Perry. This one is going to hit Perry, so 2 consecutive Nighthawks hit by pitch by Rakes is going to put runners on first and second as the Nighthawks return to the top of their batting order with Jolie Lester. And again, the Nighthawks are going to put another pinch runner over there on first with Chisholm. And so they're going to talk things over here in the circle for Lenoir-Rhyne as North Georgia is presenting their best opportunity to score here in this game up to this point, with their leadoff batter stepping into the batter's box. Runners on first and second. Got 2 outs in the top of the 5th right now for North Georgia. So we'll see what the junior Jolie Lester can do here for North Georgia. She had a hit in her last appearance up to bat. Takes one outside. So we got Mariah Wicker on second and Chisholm on first. 1-0 pitch to Lester. She tips this one fouled, making it a 1-1 count. Nighthawks trying to put up the first runs of the game here. 1-1 pitch to Lester. She grounds this one to the second baseman. Throw to first. Is going to get there right on time. So the Bears keep the Nighthawks off the board, taking us to the bottom of the fifth. And we have got a close one here late. Heading into the bottom of the fifth inning. We'll see if the Bears can break through first when we return. You're watching North Georgia Softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Greatness. Greatness is defined as striving to succeed. It is giving everything you have to achieve your goals. It's not defined by the numbers of games you lose, the numbers of shots you miss, but it's the risk in failing that will define your greatness. You earn it by
Back with you here at Haynes and Carolyn Hill Stadium, where we've got a scoreless game now in the bottom of the fifth inning between North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne on day 2 of the North Georgia Leadoff Classic. We've got a great game to get this day going here at Haynes and Carolyn Hill as Denton pitches a strike to Warren. As we mentioned, we've got a busy Saturday today at the Hill. 4 games on the slate for the North Georgia Leadoff Classic. After this, the Nighthawks will be back in action, this time taking on Lake Erie, with first pitch scheduled for noon, depending on the finish in this one, as Denton continues to deal here with strikeout number 8 this afternoon. Nixon is back up to bat for Lenoir-Rhyne. She grounded out last time she was up to bat. Tips this one fouled. And following North Georgia's matchup with Lake Erie at 2 p.m., Lenoir-Rhyne will be back on the field taking on UNC Pembroke in a rematch from earlier this season that saw Lenoir-Rhyne win 2 games over the Braves. And to close out the day, it'll be UNC Pembroke taking on Lake Erie with first pitch set for 4 p.m. So with 1 out in the bottom of the fifth, Nixon up to bat, the left fielder for Lenoir-Rhyne. Takes ball 2 from Tybee Denton. And Denton, who is off to a bit of a slow start to open up this game, has been on fire these past few innings for North Georgia. 2-1 pitch. This one's going to be fouled into left. Bounces into the terrace. Pushes the count to 2-2. As Den looks for another ball here. We've got Brown on deck for Lenoir-Rhyne. Kaylin Brown. Still nobody on for the Bears. And the 2-2 pitch. This one's going to be popped up and caught for out number 2. Play made by Katie Ward. And she's able to catch this one in the infield. So now with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th, Brown up to bat, who was struck out by Denton last time she was up to bat. One of Denton's 8 strikeouts. And they're going to say that Brown didn't swing on this one, so it's going to be ball 1. And these two teams don't see each other very often in the regular season. This being an out-of-conference matchup, North Georgia in the Peach Ball Conference, Lenoir-Rhyne in the South Atlantic Conference. But these teams always seem to match up in the biggest games of the season in the Southeast Regional Tournament. As we mentioned earlier, North Georgia ended Lenoir-Rhyne's season in the Southeast Regional Tournament back in 2017 and in 2022. That matchup in 2022 was the last time these two teams faced off. So they didn't face off last season. Got a 3-1 count for Brown with Rackard on deck. This one's going to be tipped and fouled. Count runs full for Brown. Brown, a sophomore out of Charlotte, North Carolina, graduated from Mountain Island Charter High School. And the payoff pitch. This one's going to be hit to Mixon. Mixon throws to Mooney at first. And we still have a scoreless ball game here at Haynes and Carolyn Hill. Takes us to the top of the 6th. We'll see if North Georgia can put the first run up on the board of this game when we come back. You're watching North Georgia softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Welcome back to Haynes and Carolyn Hill Stadium on day 2 of the North Georgia Leadoff Classic. And we've got a great matchup going between North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne to get us going this morning. Mallory Parker is going to lead things off here for North Georgia in the top of the 6th. As Parker sees ball 1 from Rakes. Again, been a quiet offensive game from both sides. North Georgia with just 2 hits in this one. One of them coming from Mallory Parker. The other one coming from Jolie Lester. As Parker fouls this one back towards the net. Makes it a 1-1 count. Mallory Parker, a senior out of Kennesaw, Georgia. Shows bunt here. Expect her to pull back. And she sees a ball that's way outside in the dirt to make it a 2-1 count. Parker this season has been batting .400 with 8 hits, 4 RBIs, and 7 runs scored. And the 2-1 pitch. Takes one down the middle from Rakes. So we got a 2-2 count for number 2. Sophie Mooney on deck for North Georgia. takes ball 3 outside. So we got a full count for Mallory Parker. Again, shows bunt, pulls back, swings hard on that one, but misses as Rakes gets her 6th strikeout of the morning, which brings up Sophie Mooney back up to bat.
Number 20, Sophie Mooney.
And Rakes and Denton, between the two pitchers, have a combined 14 strikeouts here in this game. So this scoreless game between North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne has been much in part due to the pitching in the circle for these two squads. Meanwhile, Sophie Mooney sees ball 1. Now a 2-0 count for Sophie Mooney. Nobody on for North Georgia. Behind the scoreboard over there in right, we can see Lake Erie getting warmed up for their matchup against North Georgia following the conclusion of this game. And this one's going to clip Mooney on her left foot as she's the third Nighthawk to be hit by pitch this morning. And so up to bat comes Georgia Blair.
Number 71, Georgia Blair.
Blair looking for her first hit of the day against Lenoir-Rhyne. And she's got Sophie Mooney over there in familiar territory on first. As Rakes gets the signal. This one just outside for a ball. And so Rakes is going to talk things over here with her catcher, Warren, as they try to get back onto the same page. Big at-bat here with Georgia Blair, second on the team in RBIs this season. Went 1 for 3 yesterday in North Georgia's win over UNC Pembroke. So we got a 1-0 count for Georgia Blair. Grounds this one to the third baseman. Throw to second is not going to get there on time, and neither is the throw to first. And so North Georgia puts runners on first and second, showing off the wheels there as we still have just one out in the top of the 6th with runners on base for North Georgia. And it looks like Lenoir-Rhyne is going to try to argue this call here as Coach Holler talks things over with the third base ump. And what looked like it could have been a double play for the Bears. Keeps this thing at just one out in the top of the 6th. Sydney Blair back up to bat for North Georgia, the designated hitter for the Nighthawks. Also looking for her first hit of the day. Has grounded out on her 2 plate appearances this morning. Pops this one up, fouled behind us here at Haynes and Carolyn Hill. Makes it an 0-1 count. We saw North Georgia put 2 runners on first and second in the last inning. We're still held scoreless. So Coach Davenport's going to try to talk some strategy here with Blair. And historically, this matchup has favored North Georgia. The Nighthawks are 12-4 all time against the Bears. and have not lost in Dahlonega to Lenoir-Rhyne since February 9th of 2020 in a 1-0 win for the Bears. And with how this game has been going, we could be in for another 1-0 finish in Dahlonega. Whether that's North Georgia or Lenoir-Rhyne coming out on top remains to be seen. The 1-1 pitch to Blair, swings and misses. Makes it a 1-2 count. And on deck for North Georgia is Gracie Mixon. Be great to see her get a chance to get an at-bat here with runners on for North Georgia. Get the double peace signs from the home plate up. It's a 2-2 count for Sydney Blair. And the 2-2 pitch. This one's going to be popped up into left and caught for out number 2, which is going to keep runners on first and second after Nixon catches the pop-up fly in left. So now with 2 outs in the top of the 6th, we'll see if Gracie Mixon can make something happen here. Mixon, as we mentioned, leads the team in RBIs this season with 13. She had the hot bat yesterday for North Georgia, going 2 for 3 out the plate against UNC Pembroke. Takes one just outside from Rakes for ball 1. Mixon looking to get North Georgia's 3rd hit of the morning. She takes another one outside. So we got a 2-0 count. 2 outs. Runners on first and second for North Georgia with Katie Ward on deck. And the 2-0 pitch to Mixon. Grounds this one up the left field line, but just fouled, which makes this a 2-1 count. That one almost stayed in play, but Gerlin decided to let that one roll out of play, so it's a 2-1 count for Mixon. Rakes gets the signal. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Swinging a high fly ball going in the left, and that's going to be caught for out number 3 by Nixon. Takes us to the bottom of the 6th. Still donuts up on the scoreboard for North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne. We will step back for a short commercial break. You're watching North Georgia Softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network. D2 baseball. Back with you here at the Hill, nestled in the Blue Ridge Mountains up here in Dahlonega, where we've got a great game going between North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne. Still scoreless late here in the bottom of the 6th, with Lenoir-Rhyne up to bat. Rackard in the batter's box for the Bears. Shortstop still looking for her first hit. She grounded out last time she was up to bat. Tips this one foul, the quick 0-2 count. And Rackard rounds out the batting order for Lenoir-Rhyne. They have their leadoff batter and Mardigan on deck. So an 0-2 count for Rackard. Here comes the pitch from Denton. Outside for a ball. Denton now with 8 strikeouts this morning, following up that great pitching performance from Kristen Davis yesterday. That's going to be ball 2 from Denton. On Tuesday, the NFCA Division II Top 25 Coaches Poll updated its national rankings, and North Georgia remains at the top with an 8-1 record, receiving 16 first-place votes. 2-2 pitch from Denton upstairs. Count's going to run full. And Grand Valley State, the team that North Georgia defeated in the College World Series last year to bring home a national championship, comes in ranked at number 2. And they start their 2024 campaign today, taking on Ohio Dominican at the Lincoln Memorial Tournament. This is going to be ball 4 upstairs from Tybee Denton as she walks her 3rd batter of the morning. Hasn't walked one in quite some time. Walked a couple earlier in this game. So back up to bat is Mardigan. Julia Mardigan has the lone hit for the Bears in this one. She bunts here, keeps it in play. Blair throws to first, gets the out. Throw to second. Is not going to get there on time. And so the sack bunt here from Mardigan puts a runner in scoring position for Lenoir-Rhyne. And so the Bears here threatening to put up the first run of the game. Now with Wilson. Or excuse me, it's not Wilson back up to bat. Now stepping up to bat for Lenoir-Rhyne is number 15, Faith Kerrigan. A pitcher and a designated hitter for Lenoir-Rhyne, seeing her first action at the plate this morning. A sophomore from Taylorsville, North Carolina, graduated from Alexander Central High School. As Denton pitches a ball to her to make it a 1-0 count. And Faith Kerrigan is still looking for her first hit of the season. This is her 6th at-bat of the 2024 campaign. But Coach Holler's looking to switch something up here late in the bottom of the 6th. And the 1-0 pitch to Faith. It's going to be outside for ball 2. It looks like this Lenoir-Rhyne team has kept some receipts from that 2022 season where North Georgia defeated the Bears in the Southeast Regional. As we mentioned, these are 2 of the premier programs in Division II softball. Of course, North Georgia being the number 1 ranked team in the nation, finishing last year with a national championship. And Lenoir-Rhyne always seems to find themselves in the SAC tournament as well as the Southeast Regional as well. As we mentioned, posted 38 win seasons in 2022 and 2021. And this one's going to be popped up and into the stands here, or just misses the stands here at Haynes and Carolyn Hill. And so the count runs full for Kerrigan. Wall is on deck. Got a runner on second for Lenoir-Rhyne. Payoff pitch. Upstairs for ball 4. So this may be the best opportunity that Lenoir-Rhyne has had all game long. And it looks like they're going to put a pinch runner out there on first for the Bears. And it's going to be number 1, Madison Wilson, out there at first.
Number 9, Cassidy Wall.
A freshman pitcher out of Pine Hall, North Carolina, graduated from South Stokes High School. Now pinch running on first. With Wall back up to bat. Cassidy Wall today has been struck out and walked by Denton. And the 0-1 pitch. Upstairs for a ball. So a 1-1 count for Wall. This one's going to be fouled in the left. That one hit well into the terrace, but it's going to push it to a 1-2 count. And we mentioned these are two of the premier programs in Division II softball, featuring a legendary head coaching matchup, as we mentioned earlier. And this one's going to be outside, just outside for ball 2. And the Nighthawk faithful here thought that that was going to be Denton's 9th strikeout this morning. Denton gets a signal, 2-2 pitch. And that one's going to get inside for strike 3 and strikeout number 9 for Denton. Here comes Lauren Rakes back up to bat. As we again see the pitcher-on-pitcher matchup. Denton already has 2 strikeouts on Rakes today, as Rakes pops this one left and fouled near Bob Stein Stadium. So it's an 0-1 count for Rakes. North Georgia trying to leave runners stranded on first and second. 0-1 pitch to Rakes. Outside. Got Laura Beth Wood on deck. And the 1-1 pitch from Denton. Again, high for ball 2. So this will be a big out here for Tybee Denton. She's able to keep this scoreless heading into the 7th. 2-1 pitch. Again upstairs for ball 3. Another one of those would load the bases for Lenoir-Rhyne with their RBI leader on deck. And Coach Aaliyah Medina is going to call time here to come out to talk to Denton. Georgia Blair makes her way into the circle as well. This is a big opportunity here for Lenoir-Rhyne. They want to get on the board first. And again, it'd be a big out here for Tybee Denton. She's able to retire this inning. So we got runners on first and second for Lenoir-Rhyne. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. And the 3-1 pitch. This one's going to be fouled. And the count runs full for Rakes. So the biggest pitch of the afternoon coming up here for Denton. Here comes the payoff pitch. Outside for ball 4. And so the bases are loaded with the SAC Player of the Week coming up to bat for Lenoir-Rhyne.
Number 24, Laura Beth Wood.
Laura Beth Wood has been struck out twice by Denton in this game. Takes one low for ball one. So Denton trying to work out of a jam here. 1-0 pitch. This one's going to be popped up and behind the press box here at the Hill. Pushes it to a 1-1 count. Nighthawks looking for a pop fly or something easy in the infield. 1-1 pitch. This one's going to be low and in the dirt from Denton, making it a 2-1 count. As we mentioned earlier, that duo of Tybee Denton and Kristen Davis for North Georgia, one of the best tandems in the Peach Belt Conference. As Denton's able to squeak one inside for strike two. So deuces are running wild here at the Hill. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Bases loaded for Lenoir-Rhyne. And the 2-2 pitch. Upstairs for ball 3. And another ball here from Tybee Denton would put the first run up on the board for Lenoir-Rhyne with bases loaded. So now Denton again finds herself in the biggest pitch of the day here for North Georgia. And the payoff pitch. A swing and a miss. Denton has this place fired up with strikeout number 10. Still scoreless in this one between North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne. Takes us to the 7th in a great matchup here on day 2 of the North Georgia Leadoff Classic. We'll step aside for a short commercial break, and you're watching North Georgia Softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Northeast Georgia Health System is a proud supporter of North Georgia Nighthawk Athletics.
Back with you here at Haynes and Carolyn Hill Stadium on a chilly Saturday morning up here in the Gold City. We've got a fantastic game here between North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne in the top of the 7th with Katie Ward up to bat. She's going to lead things off here for the Nighthawks in this 7th inning in what has been a terrific matchup between Rakes and Denton in the circle. Denton just got her 10th strikeout as this one's going to be popped up and caught in left field for out number 1. Which brings up Mariah Wicker up to bat for North Georgia. Wicker up to bat for the first time this weekend. Dealt with some injuries late last weekend in the Captain D's Surf and Turf Classic. Wicker shows bunt, pulls back. That's going to be a ball here from Rakes. And Mariah Wicker this season has posted a whopping .533 batting average. She has 7 hits in her 15 at-bats, or 8 hits in her 15 at-bats, 7 runs when she's been on base, and she grounds one into center field. And Mariah Wicker, in her first appearance up to bat for North Georgia, gets their second hit of the morning here. So she's doing damage quickly here for the Nighthawks. And so now Mariah Wicker over there on first. We saw her pinch run in that previous inning. And so we'll see what the Nighthawks can do here with Mariah Wicker on first.
Pitching to the Nighthawks is number 8, Tegan LaVeo-Massanet.
And Tegan LaVeo-Massanet is now up to bat for North Georgia, seeing her first action this weekend for the Nighthawks. And LaVeo this season has posted a .250 batting average. She has 2 hits in her 8 plate appearances, with 4 RBIs under her belt as well. So we'll see what the redshirt freshman can do here for North Georgia. She sees a strike from Rakes on her first pitch. And the 0-1 pitch gets it inside for strike 2. So Coach Davenport rolling with the youth here, trying to change something up. See if North Georgia can get something going late. And even though this game is being played at the Hill, North Georgia is down as the away team this morning for this matchup here to open up day 2 of the North Georgia Leadoff Classic. So normally they'd be pitching here in the top of the 7th, but they are up to bat here first. And the 1-2 pitch to Tegan. That one's going to be out, or going to be fouled, excuse me, pushing it to a 1-2 count. Jolie Lester is on deck for North Georgia. Nighthawks could return to the top of their batting order, barring Lenoir-Rhyne doesn't get a double play here, as this one's going to be popped up, caught, and Lenoir-Rhyne does get the double play to take us to the bottom of the 7th. Not an ideal situation for North Georgia, with the Bears having a chance to walk it off here in the bottom of the 7th. We'll see if this one's going to extra innings when we come back. You're watching North Georgia Softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
I'm here.
You've got a lot of reasons to be here.
I'm here.
That's why we're here at Georgia Heart Institute, where advanced heart attack treatment protocols are saving more hearts than anywhere else in the state. That's why we're here.
I'm here.
So you'll always be there. The future of heart care, we're leading Georgia there. Georgia Heart Institute.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want with.
Back with you here at the Hill as we head to the bottom of the 7th in this matchup between North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne, with Lainey Warren leading things off here for the Bears. She pops this one up into left. Jolie Lester is there, makes the grab. 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. So on the first pitch, Here, Warren swings at it. Couldn't get enough underneath it. It's going to bring up Abby Nixon. Lenoir-Rhyne threatening to walk this game off in the bottom of the 7th. This one's going to be inside from Denton, right down the middle for strike 1 to Nixon. Bears looking for their second hit of the afternoon. This one's going to be hit in the left, but fouled, and an 0-2 count for Nixon. Lenoir-Rhyne trying to take down North Georgia in Dahlonega for the first time since 2020. As we mentioned, that was a close game that ended up in a 1-0 win for Lenoir-Rhyne. 0-2 pitch. This one's going to be popped up into shallow right, and it's going to be caught for out number 2 by Tegan. So 2 quick outs in the bottom of the 7th. We'll see here if Kaylin Brown is able to be the hero for Lenoir-Rhyne in the bottom of the 7th. She's been struck out and grounded out in her 2 plate appearances. She fouls this one near the Bears bullpen. And this has been an absolute battle here between North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne. Been a great game, even though it's scoreless. This one's going to be in the dirt from Denton. Makes it a 1-1 count for Brown. Brown this season has posted a .214 batting average, 3 hits for her this season. And a solo home run for her would give Lenoir-Rhyne the victory. Shows bunt here, but pulls back. It's going to be a 2-1 count. And the 2-1 pitch from Denton. This one's going to be fouled over the Bears' dugout, making it a 2-2 count. So Deuces yet again running wild here at Haynes and Carolyn Hill. Nobody on for Lenoir-Rhyne, but with 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, North Georgia trying to take this one to extra innings, get the double peace signs from the home plate ump, and the 2-2 pitch from Denton. Upstairs, count runs full. Denton with double-digit strikeouts in this game, 10 already. She's walked 5 batters in this one. And the payoff pitch. This one again is going to be fouled by Brown, so she'll get another crack at it here. Caitlin Rackard is on deck for Lenoir-Rhyne. Another big pitch coming up here for Tybee Denton. And the payoff pitch. A swing and a miss. And strikeout number 11 for Tybee Denton is going to take this one to extra innings here at Haynes and Carolyn Hill as this great matchup between North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne continues on. So we will step aside for another short commercial break. You're watching North Georgia Softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Greatness. Greatness is defined as striving to succeed. It is giving everything you have to achieve your goals. It's not defined by the numbers of games you lose, the numbers of shots you miss, but it's the risk in failing that will define your greatness. You earn it by showing up early, by pushing yourself every day, by working harder than everyone else. And when you've reached that point of giving up, you don't. Most people are good.
Back with you here at Haynes and Carolyn Hill Stadium in the Gold City of Dahlonega in a great matchup between North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne. Scoreless through 7 innings. So we've got some extra softball for you here on the Nighthawk Sports Network. As Jolie Lester is going to lead things off here for North Georgia, the leadoff batter in the starting lineup for the Nighthawks. He's going to try to get things going here in the top of the 8th. And the home plate ump talking to the catcher here as the third plate ump makes her way over there to third. So we're ready to get going here in extra innings between North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne. Again, it's been a quiet offensive game for both squads. As Jolie Lester hits this one into left, and a great diving catch over there in left by Nixon. So the left fielder, Jolie Lester, hits it to left. And we've got one out here in the top of the 8th. After that great diving catch by Nixon. As Jolie Lester almost got her second hit of the afternoon. So Mallory Parker steps back into the batter's box. She has one of the Nighthawks' 3 hits today. She hits this one into right, and right on cue she gets hit number 2 for number 2. Mallory Parker makes her way to first. We'll see if the Nighthawks can put something together here with Sophie Mooney back up to bat.
First baseman number 20, Sophie Mooney.
Mooney still looking for her first hit of the North Georgia Leadoff Classic. And none would be bigger than one right here as she grounds this one to the short. And the throw to first is going to get there on time. And also the tag at second as Lenoir-Rhyne makes back-to-back double plays here. One in the 7th and now one in the 8th. Taking us to the bottom of the 8th where the Bears will have another chance to walk this thing off when we come back. You're watching North Georgia Softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Yeah. Welcome back to Haynes and Carolyn Hill Stadium. Now in the bottom of the 8th between North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne in the first game here on day 2 of the North Georgia Leadoff Classic. And what may turn out to be a classic between the Nighthawks and the Bears. Here still scoreless as we head to the bottom of the 8th. With 2 terrific defenses on display between North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne. We saw the Bears get another double play to keep North Georgia off the board. They're in the top of the 8th. So the Bears, being the technical home team in this one will have a chance to walk it off here in the bottom of the 8th with Caitlin Rackard up to bat. Rackard, the shortstop, has been walked and grounded out on her 2 plate appearances this morning. The 1-0 pitch from Denton upstairs for ball 2. And what a day it's been for Tybee Denton and Lauren Rakes. Denton with 11 strikeouts today. Rakes with 6. As Denton pitches one right down the middle for strike 1. So 11 strikeouts today for Denton. And she's pitched a phenomenal game. 2-1 pitch. Again, right down the middle. Makes it a 2-2 count. Denton, coming into today, had 19 strikeouts this season. She's already got 11 today. This one's going to be popped up and caught. Another great diving catch on the field, this time by North Georgia, and Katie Ward makes the play. She's got a big grin on her face after that one.
Number 34, Julia Martin.
And so now the Bears return to the top of their batting order with Mardigan stepping up into the batter's box. Mardigan has the lone hit for Lenoir-Rhyne in this one. So we got 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Nobody on for Lenoir-Rhyne, swinging a high fly ball into left, and that one is gone. Well, it looks like that one didn't. It looked like it went over. Lenoir-Rhyne fans here are trying to say that that one went over. And so, and Mardigan thought she had a home run. That one, to me, from my vantage point, looked like that one had hit the terrace. And so the umps are going to talk it over here at the hill. And a huge call coming up here. And so it looks like this one is going to go down as just a double for Mardigan. Wow, what a sequence here. Thought that that one was going to be the end of the game and a walk-off win for Lenoir-Rhyne. And we are still going here at Haynes and Carolyn Hill with Wilson now up to bat. Takes a pitch outside from Denton. And so, looks like Lesser may have been able to keep that one in play, saving the game for North Georgia. And so we roll on here in this matchup between North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne. This one's going to be fouled by Wilson. So Lenoir-Rhyne has a runner on second, just 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. As Denton pitches one outside for ball 2. And the 2-1 pitch to Wilson. She bunts here. Ward throws to first, gets the out at first. But that's going to advance Chapman, who is pinch running for Lenoir-Rhyne, to third. So now a huge matchup coming up here between Denton and Cassidy Wall. With a runner in scoring position for Lenoir-Rhyne, a chance to win it here in the bottom of the 8th with 2 outs. And this one's going to be outside from Denton, making it a 1-0 count. Again, a runner on third for the Bears. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. This one's going to be fouled by Wall to make it a 1-1 count. Got Lauren Rakes on deck. And a huge matchup for Tybee Denton. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Upstairs for ball 2. Again, Lenoir-Rhyne looking for their first win over North Georgia since 2020. And the 2-1 pitch. This one's going to be popped up high and into foul territory. And Jolie Lester is able to make the play. Makes the catch. And we got even more softball coming your way as we head to inning number 9 in this matchup between North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne. Wow, what a game we have here at Haynes and Carolyn Hill. We'll step aside for a short break. You're watching North Georgia softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Welcome back to the Hill here in this matchup between North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne. That has gone into 9 innings now as Georgia Blair is up to bat for North Georgia, leading things off here in the top of the 9th. Georgia Blair looking for her first hit today. She's 0 for 3 at the plate. Takes a strike down the middle from Rakes. And this one has panned out to be the best game of the season so far for these two teams. As Blair slams one into left, but it's fouled. Goes out to the terrace. It's going to be a 1-2 count for Georgia Blair. We've got Sydney Blair on deck. And a 1-2 count. This one's going to be low for ball 2. And the Bears still rolling with Rakes in the circle. She has 6 strikeouts today and has allowed 4 hits by North Georgia. 2-2 pitch. Blair grounds this one to third. Throw to first. Gets there for out number 1 here in the top of the 9th. We'll see what Sydney Blair can do now up to bat for North Georgia. Blair, the designated hitter, has grounded out 3 times this afternoon. This one's going to be grounded to the short. Again, another ground out by Sydney Blair. She's unable to get to first on time. And we'll see if Gracie Mixon can keep this game alive for North Georgia. Try to make something happen here in the top of the ninth.
Number 15, Gracie
Mixon, who's been quiet today, 0 for 3, went 2 for 3 yesterday at the plate. Takes a strike down the middle by Rakes. And that matchup between North Georgia and Lake Erie is going to be pushing back probably the rest of the games here in day 2 of the North Georgia Leadoff Classic. It's going to be an interesting matchup for North Georgia against Lake Erie following this game, coming off of a tight, emotional game with the Bears. 0-2 pitch from Rakes is upstairs for a ball. 2 outs in the top of the ninth. Katie Ward is on deck for North Georgia. And the 1-2 pitch to Mixon. Again upstairs for ball 2. And we'll say it again, deuces are running wild here at Haynes and Carolyn Hill. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the ninth for North Georgia. And the 2-2 pitch. This one's tipped and fouled by Mixon behind her. And so the top of the ninth will roll on as Mixon's going to get another crack at it here. This matchup looking very different from North Georgia's game against UNC Pembroke yesterday. That game only went about an hour and 15 minutes. This one now over 2 hours at 12:09 p.m. with this game's first pitch just before 10 a.m. this morning. Count is now full for Gracie Mixon. Biggest pitch of the day here coming up for Rakes. And the full count pitch in the dirt for ball 4, and that's going to walk Gracie Mixon to first. And North Georgia's leader in batting average steps back into the batter's box as Katie Ward makes her way back up to bat.
Number 21, Katie Ward.
Katie Ward today is 0 for 3, still looking for that first hit. Takes one down the middle by Rakes for the strike. And the 0-1 pitch to Ward. It's going to be outside. And Warren thought about throwing it to first. Saw Mixon over there creeping off the base. It's a 1-1 count for Katie Ward. Mixon on first. 2 outs in the top of the ninth. Here comes the pitch. Upstairs for ball 2. Mariah Wicker is on deck for North Georgia. And the people here in attendance at Haynes and Carolyn Hill definitely getting their money's worth today with this great matchup. Swinging a high fly ball into center field, and that's going to be caught by Brown for out number 3, taking us to the bottom of the ninth. Still scoreless in this one between North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne. We'll see if the Bears can get on the board and end this game in the bottom of the ninth when we come back. You're watching North Georgia Softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Northeast Georgia Health System is a proud supporter of North Georgia Nighthawk Athletics.
Welcome back to Haynes and Carolyn Hill Stadium. Here in a fantastic matchup between North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne, two of the premier programs in Division II softball. Still scoreless in this one in the bottom of the ninth, with Laura Rakes back up to bat. And Lauren Rakes has had quite the busy day for Lenoir-Rhyne. This is her third at-bat this afternoon, and she's also done some damage in the circle for the Bears. She pops this one into left, but fouled, pushing this thing to a 1-2 count. And so we've again got a pitcher-on-pitcher matchup between Tybee Denton and Lauren Rakes. And the 1-2 pitch is going to be right and outside for ball 2. So we get the double P signs from the home plate ump. 2-2 count. And the 2-2 pitch gets it inside for strike 3 as Denton picks up her 12th strikeout this afternoon. What's been a phenomenal day in the circle for Tybee Denton. As we mentioned, she has 19 strikeouts coming into this game. She's got 12 today. And she's now going up against Lenoir-Rhyne here and Mardigan. Or excuse me, Beth Wood, the SAC Player of the Week. It's a 1-1 count for Beth Wood. Here comes the pitch from Denton. This one's going to be grounded into foul territory. Makes it a 1-2 count. So it's a 1-2 count. Denton gets the signal. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. It's going to be high for ball 2. Nobody on for Lenoir-Rhyne as this one's going to be outside for ball 3. Count runs full for Beth Wood. And with Tybee Denton's 12 strikeouts in this game, she has now hit a new career high for strikeouts in a game. Her previous mark was 10 strikeouts that came last season against Barry on March 6th. And she also managed to get 10 strikeouts in a game during the 2022 season against Eckerd College. And that's now strikeout number 13 in this game for Tybee Denton, who is absolutely dealing in this one. So now with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth, we'll see if Lenoir-Rhyne can walk this thing off. With Lainey Warren up to bat, and she swings hard on that one and misses. Lainey Warren this season has posted a 200 batting average. This is her 21st appearance at the plate this year. She has 4 hits and 3 RBIs. She's got nobody on base right now as this one's going to be tipped and fouled. So another huge pitch coming up here for Tybee Denton. 0-2 pitch. A swing there, and the out is going to get there on time. The throw to first gets there. And so that was a ball and a swing there. It's going to take us to the 10th, where we've got a phenomenal matchup between North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne as this game continues to roll on. We'll see if North Georgia can get on the board first when we come back. You're watching North Georgia softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish by Home.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
I'm here.
You've got a lot of reasons to be here.
I'm here.
That's why we're here at Georgia Heart Institute, where advanced heart attack treatment protocols are saving more hearts than anywhere else in the state.
Back with you here at Haynes and Carolyn Hill Stadium at Lynn Cottrell Park. And a great matchup between North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne rolls on into the 10th inning with Mariah Wicker up to bat. She's going to lead things off here for North Georgia in the top of the 10th. Sees a ball there from Rakes. It's a 1-0 count. North Georgia looking to put their first runs up on the board here in the 10th. And they've got a runner on second with the rules in NCAA Division II. Once we get to the 10th inning, get to have a player out there on second. And I believe that's Tegan out there on second for North Georgia. It's a 2-1 count for Mariah Wicker. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Swinging a high fly ball into left center field. That's going to be caught by Nixon for out number 1 in the top of the 10th. And back up to bat is Tegan Leveo Massonet. So she's actually not pinch running for the Nighthawks over there on second. She's up to bat here. As she sees one right down the middle for a strike from Rakes. And the 0-1 pitch. Outside for a ball. So we got 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out in the top of the 10th. And the 1-1 pitch to Tegan. Swinging a high fly ball going into left. Just fouled. Makes the count 1-2, and this place was about to explode if Tegan was able to keep this one in play. But instead, it's a 1-2 count with 1 out in the top of the 10th. 1-2 pitch. Low for a ball. I believe that's actually Caroline Branch out there on second for North Georgia. And the 2-2 pitch. This one's going to be fouled behind us here at the Hill. And so the freshman here trying to be the hero for North Georgia in the top of the 10th. 2-2 pitch. Outside for ball 3. Count runs full. That looked like a 50-50 ball there. Looked like a good pitch from Rakes. But the count runs full for Massanet. And Rakes is going to take a quick break here. We are ready to go full count for Tegan. Here comes the pitch. This one's going to be fouled. So she's going to have another crack at it here. Nighthawks battling here in the top of the 10th like they have all game long. Another payoff pitch. This one's going to be fouled this time near the Nighthawks bullpen. One of the only foul balls that we've seen go to right field in this matchup. So the 10th inning continues to roll on. Another payoff pitch. This one fouled right over the head of Coach Davenport as he had to duck out of the way of that one. Nice reflexes there from the legendary head coach. He's laughing that one off with the third base umpire. And another full count pitch. This one's driven into right. And here come the Hawks as Branch gets home and North Georgia takes the lead in the top of the 10th. It's Tegan time here in the 10th inning as North Georgia takes a 1-0 lead here in extra innings over Lenoir-Rhyne. And here come the Hawks, starting to finally get something going here late. And here comes Jolie Lesser up to bat with one out. In the top of the 10th, North Georgia finally gets the first run up on the board for either team in this one. As Lester grounds one to the second baseman, throw to first, gets there on time. But that's going to put Tegan on first. Lester a bit frustrated after that play there. We'll see if Mallory Parker can keep this thing going in the top of the 10th. Parker's seen the most success at the plate for North Georgia today. She's 2 for 4. And this pitch is going to be outside from Rakes. She's got a runner in scoring position on third, so if she's able to get something down in the outfield, it could be a 2-0 lead for North Georgia. She tips this one fouled to make it a 1-1 count. Parker shows bunt. Rakes gets a signal. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. It's going to be upstairs for ball 2. That's the first run that Rakes has led up today. 2-1 pitch to Parker. Swings hard on that one and misses. And so yet again, deuces are running wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the 10th with number 2 up to bat. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Left, and the count runs full after ball 3 there from Rakes. Another one of those will put runners on the corners with Sophie Mooney on deck for North Georgia. And the payoff pitch to Parker She swings and misses as Rakes gets the strikeout, but North Georgia takes the 1-0 lead here in the top of the 10th. We'll see if they can close things out in the bottom of the 10th when we return. You're watching North Georgia softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Greatness. Greatness is defined as striving to succeed. It is giving everything you have to achieve your goals. It's not defined by the numbers of games you lose, the numbers of shots you miss, but it's the risk in failing that will define your greatness. You earn it by showing up early, by pushing yourself every day, by working harder than everyone else. And when you've reached that point of giving up, you don't. Most people are good, others are great. Find your greatness.
Back with you here at Haynes and Carolyn Hill Stadium in the Gold City of Dahlonega. We are in the bottom of the 10th. North Georgia took a 1-0 lead over Lenoir-Rhyne after Tegan Laval Massenet was able to get one. And we got an error here by North Georgia as Lenoir-Rhyne ties this one back up at 1-1. What a sequence of events there as Denton wasn't able to corral that one in. Thought about throwing it to first. Mixon was there to try and recover. And so they tried to get it back to first. But that one got away, which put another run up on the board, this time for Lenoir-Rhyne. And just like that, we are tied back up as Warren was able to get home after she was on second to start. As we mentioned, once we get to 10 innings here in an NCAA Division II softball game, you're allowed to have a runner out there on second to start the inning. So she started out at second and was able to get home. And how the tides have turned. Now this one tied back up. No outs. Lenoir-Rhyne still has a runner on second. And Madison Prim is up to bat for Lenoir-Rhyne. Takes a ball there. And in the blink of an eye, what was once an early lead for North Georgia here in the bottom of the 10th. Now a tied ball game. This one's going to be fouled by Madison, who this season has posted a .286 batting average. She has 2 hits. This is her 8th plate appearance this season. She fouls this one again. She has 2 RBIs this season. She also has a home run as well. As we mentioned, this is a very high-powered Lenoir-Rhyne offense that already have 14 home runs on the season compared to just 1 for North Georgia. But they haven't been able to put their first run up on the board until just recently off that error from the Nighthawks. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Denton. A swing and a miss as Denton is now up to 15 strikeouts in this one. As we mentioned earlier, she had 19 coming into this game. She's almost matched her season totals in just this game alone. as this pitch hits the helmet of Rackard, who hits the turf. And a rare hit by pitch there from Tybee Denton. Hopefully Rackard is okay. She hit the turf quickly there. Taking a pitch right to the helmet. And so we will step aside for another short commercial break. You're watching North Georgia Softball on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
Back with you here in Dahlonega, and great to see Caitlin Rackard back up to her feet after taking a pitch to the head from Tybee Denton. So that's going to put runners on first and second for Lenoir-Rhyne as they return to the top of their batting order with Mardigan. Mardigan has seen the most success up to bat for the Bears this afternoon. She's gone 2 for 3 at the plate. She's one of the only batters that Tybee has not been able to strike out in this game. She gets one down in right, and they're waving home the Bears here at Haynes and Carolyn Hill. And in the bottom of the 10th inning, Lenoir-Rhyne walks this one off, and an instant classic between North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne. And what was a phenomenal game between two of the top-tier programs in Division II softball. So for the first time since 2020, Lenoir-Rhyne comes to Dahlonega and takes a game from the number 1 ranked team in the nation as they pick up their biggest win of the regular season, and they send North Georgia to 8-2 on the season with a rematch between these two teams on the horizon, set for Sunday at 4 p.m. in the final day of the Leadoff Classic. But what a game this was between North Georgia and Lenoir-Rhyne. Going into extra innings, sees the Bears come out on top. And we'll be back with you shortly in T-minus 30 minutes as the Nighthawks get set to take on Lake Erie for their second game of the day. On behalf of the rest of our talented Nighthawk Sports Network crew, this is Robert D. Clementi saying thanks so much for watching. Again, stick around. North Georgia versus Lake Erie is coming up next. Until then, have a great afternoon, and we will see you very soon. And so what you're going to want to do is